This video is 1.2 level A. It's about translating words into functions notes. So our goals today are going to use vocabulary to write a word phrase from a mathematical expression, and we're going to interpret a word phrase as a mathematical expression. So first we need to learn some vocab words. So the first vocab word is sum. Sum is talking about our operation of addition. Other words that we can use for sum are also plus, add, and more than. The next vocab word is difference. Difference talks about our operation of subtraction. So other words that we can use for difference are also minus, subtract, or less than. Our fourth operation, product, is going to represent multiplication. Other words for products we can also use times or multiply. Quotient then is our last operation, which is division. And other words that we can use for quotient is divide or divided by. Now, anytime that you're going to see a fraction, we're also going to use the operation of quotient. So we're also going to use this when there is a fraction. So for example, if we had 4 over 5, we could also say 4 divided by 5. Our last word then is is. Is going to represent equal. So what's going to happen then for is we're just going to place an equal sign in our mathematical expression, our equation. So first, let's work on writing an algebraic expression for each of the word phrases. So the first one that we have is the sum of 5 and x. So we're going to use 5 and x, and in the middle we're going to put our operation, which is sum. Remember that sum is addition, so we would have x plus 5. In number 2, we have the difference of d and 3. So remember that difference is subtraction. We're going to go in our order, so we have d minus 3. You cannot switch the order for difference, or remember it's going to have a different answer. Because think about what happens if you subtract 8 minus 5 is 3, but 5 minus 8 is negative 3. So that would give you a different answer. Number 3, we have the word quotient. Quotient is division. So we have n divided by 10, or we could write it as a fraction, n over 10. Number 4, product is multiplication. Now, for multiplication, we're going to get away from using an x, and we're going to use a dot, or we can even just write them next to each other. So you can write it like that, or if you want, you can have 15.c. Number 5, the sum of 3 and a number, d, is 15. So sum, again, is addition. Remember this word is equal. So the sum of 3 and a number d, so we have 3 plus d, is, so equals 15. Number 6, the quotient of 11 and g is 30. So quotient is division, and is our equal sign. So we're going to have 11 over g equals 30, or we could have 11 divided by sign g equals 30. Now, when we see the word more than and less than, these are important words that we have to make a difference. Whenever we see more than or less than, you must switch the order. So what that means is if we go back up here real fast and we look at sum, we had 5 and x. We had 5 first and we had x second. Now, with more than, we're going to switch the order. So if we have 12 more than w, more than is plus, but we're going to switch the order. So it's going to be w first and 12 second. The same thing happens with less than. So 20 less than a number k is 30. So instead of having 20 first and k second, we're going to switch it. So k minus 20 equals 30. And this only happens when we have the words for more than and less than. Now let's switch gears, and we're going to have the mathematical expression we need to write a sentence for. So the first one is represented by division. So when we have division here, we would say the quotient, remember that's the word we are going to use for division, so the quotient of w and 7. Now in number 2, this is also quotient with the division bar, but we have to be careful of the order. This time the 7 would come first in the sentence because it's on the top. So this time we're going to say the quotient of 7 and z. Number 3, we have 98 and y written together. So this is multiplication. The word we use for multiplication is product. So we're going to say the product of 98 and y. Number 4, this time we have our addition. We also have an equal sign. So this one's going to be a little bit longer of a sentence. So for addition, we're going to use the word sum. So we say the sum of 16 and g. Now this is where we stopped for the other problems, but because there's an equal sign, we're going to say is 20.